Welcome back to Championship Sunday.
Hello and welcome.
Reba hits a deadly low reverse, defended by Wu, who's going to swing with her right hand.
Wow.
A soft touch from Plett. That's a double. Oh my gosh, that may be the best rally we've seen.
This is just sportsmanship.
Can't look at him, I'm going to cry.
You know, sensei to student relationship.
Nice up from Rahul, and Hinkle sets him, and it's a good pull. Everton with a set. We've an area lefty on two!
Yeah, they're both pretty quality players, to be honest.
Yeah, especially, I haven't gotten to see too much of Pierson myself for the past week.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely an up-and-coming phenom in her own right, already pretty much established, and still a minor, technically, which is so impressive. And Hui earlier today has just been looking really patient on the ball, despite the wind, waiting for the ball to still get pretty low and able to hit all her angles despite all those influences of the gusts.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that matchup.
She can do no wrong. she just everything she does is controlled, composed. Absolute top player in my eyes.
Yeah, she and her teammate Ryan Gross have gotten a lot of really good defensive touches and have a ton of composure getting the ball back to net. But up first is Picone with a really good cut serve.
Yeah.
And he himself has also been looking in form the start of this Spike Ball Tour Series season, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So opening up with a break. Second serve, a couple fakes in here. Some good contact, but like you said, Hui just really controlled there with the backhand flick.
For it. Let it come low. Good confidence, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, not really being as familiar with her as a player, just to see that kind of poise out of someone who's not as experienced at the high level. Oh.
Yeah, oh, unlucky. Yeah, do you know how long she's been playing?
Not familiar how long she's been playing around it, generally speaking, but I do believe last year was her first foray into the Spike Ball Tour Series world. Yeah. So as far as playing at the highest level, about a year and change for Karah Hui, that is.
Awesome.
And took home a couple of accolades last year, many a podium, finished top four, or really fourth place at the National Championship in October last year.
Yeah, not surprised. Plays with a lot of confidence.
And a fun fact for Karah Hui, last week won the women's division and then the mixed division in back-to-back tournaments in Orlando.
She's making waves.
Yeah, her teammate Ryan Gross won the Premier Division yesterday, so he's actually trying to match the feat she put out 1 week later. Would be a really cool opening to their mixed division season, trying to qualify for the Co-ed Pro Division at the Spike Ball Tour Series Championship later this year.
What's your predictions on this game?
On this game, whenever I'm on the mic, I feel like I get myself in trouble as soon as I start talking about what I think is going to happen.
We're not allowed to say this.
I don't know if I'm not allowed to say, but I think anytime I do, I just get roasted for being wrong.
Fair enough.
From time to time, I might say that Will Picone maybe should not be hitting a left serve here and go back to his strong right hand, but
for a second, yeah.
He's the top player, and I'm just behind the booth, so I can only know and say so much.
It's a great receive by Karah.
Yeah, and a really good recovery set too from Gross, but Hui actually uncharacteristic with a not as good finish, not able to get around the ball and just skims it for an up and down hit. Not going to challenge them.
Still scrambling from the receive, I think.
Yeah, that footwork, such a key factor in getting a clean put away to drive the ball upwards. And speaking of footwork, Gross unable to get out to that ball. Ridiculous no-touch lefty ace. Oh, just gonna get a better angle on that here. You see Picone fakes right, and he's able to hold Gross really well, respecting that he's got a strong right-handed cut serve and lefty cut serve. That opens up so many angles, and they play off each other. Second serve, trying to extend the lead. And already a 2-5 deficit for Hui Gross, the champs last week in Orlando. Might be a 3-5 deficit. Excuse that.
Yep. Go on.
Gross unable to get
it's
the
unlucky.
ball.
I think he stopped just short of that.
Yeah, we was not sure if he might have had a soft touch on the way up, but it looked like the ball may have already been on the way down, so unable to get the second touch set back to Hui for the hit. A little bit surprised he didn't go for a foot there. I know he's had a couple of those touches this weekend. Loves to hook the ball back towards the net by using his foot instead of his hand. But now being able to carry the ball, Ruth, like, has that been something you've seen extend reach and getting more touches on the ball?
Totally. Sorry, I just finished this right.
Oh.
Oh, for sure. I love that rule change. I feel like it's only done good things for rallies. I've definitely carried the ball a lot on serve receives.
Yeah, once you get a hand,
the
like you
top
said, that's a
players.
win.
You get a hand, and sometimes it stays on your hand for a bit, and that should be fine. Like, keep the game going, keep the rally alive. It's a good lefty.
Yeah, Picone tried to keep this rally alive, and Pierson nearly gets a lefty back to net.
See that move in the wind?
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, it looks like the ball is being toyed with by someone doing a CGI. That's actually just gusts of wind in
Our
the
budget's
mid-teens.
not that big.
Yeah, not yet, not quite.
Not there yet.
Yeah. This entire background is actually just green screen, y'all.
Ooh,
Gross.
Wow.
Yeah, it returns the favor to Picone, who went with his left. Gross takes him with a righty. And all you can do is just tip your hat if you're wearing one.
See how wide this goes. Nice.
Yeah, really good control. Gross has got a lot of length on him, able to lean over the serving line a little bit, but then maintains the balance to keep his body outside of that serving line, not fall into the cylinder.
Yeah, that's a great reverse. He's probably one of the taller players I've seen. And yeah, I think yesterday he was just getting massive touches from the serving line just by jumping up and blocking, and I was super impressed by that. He was getting boom balls like that.
Yeah, and a hitting error there from Picone hits rim instead of the net. So the woes continue. Now a 5-3 lead for Picone, and Pierson becomes a 7-6 deficit. Quick exchange of breaks for Gross, and Pierson staring down another receive. Pierson, unlike Gross, not 6'3", able to take advantage of that shoulder height rule and call a fault.
Ooh. Nice flick. I feel like Karah could have got that, but just slightly out of place.
Yeah, she's rotated to a pretty good position and is pressuring that shot. So at this level, once you're in the spot, executing becomes almost an imperative.
Yeah.
Because you only get so many of those chances where the ball even comes within a foot of you.
It's a game of margins.
As noted there by Picone's ridiculous righty cut serve, that not within a foot of Karah Hui's hands. Unfortunate for her. Another ace for Picone.
Ooh, high.
And all of a sudden, a tie game early in game one of our semifinals matchup. 8 apiece. And we noted this briefly talking about Pierson yesterday in her footwork and the stances she gives. Picone, very similar to her, hits a lot of the same serves, but he'll set up a lot of different stances to pressure differently. But now they're under pressure, and they can't get the ball back to net. So it'll be another break, this time Hui on the serve. That backhand is so powerful. Well controlled.
Yeah. That was a nice jam. I think she's got good range of serves, I noticed. Like, sometimes I was standing ready for the jam, and she can cut it last minute. And obviously she's got a great backhand as well, so great range of serves, but seems like Will took that one pretty easily.
Yeah, maybe making it look easy.
Or maybe he's
making it look easy just with the high level skill he's able to put on camera. Yeah.
Yep.
But probably not an easy feat to get those touches up.
No.
knowing in the same spot, the ball usually goes in the ground if it hits my hand. And Hui looking at nothing but sun there,
Yep.
opting to go for the high call. They double check with observers who signal high. It's a second serve here. Just getting the score sorted out, or maybe just the ready process. And a gust comes in right as that point starts, and
Ooh.
Gross touches the net there. Looks like that'll be a point loss infraction. The observer's just huddling on a perspective there, but it seemed to be a signal of something gone wrong.
Wasn't sure if they were calling no hit zone or net touch.
Right, either of the two for Gross there would be a loss of point, but if someone else touched the net while he was hitting as they defended, then it would be a hold. So not
Okay.
sure exactly what the perspective was. Might not have had a clear enough view, so it'll be a replayed point and
Yeah.
revert to first serve for Pierson.
Hey, but it's so hard to see a net touch for the observers, right?
Yeah, there's so many
So
moving
quick.
pieces. There's whether the net's been touched, if the players are inside the no-hit zone, you're trying to see if the ball hits rim or if it's clean off the net. And that's not even looking at whether some touches are causing hinders and other complications, all covered in various forms and rules and officiating guidelines for these observers.
Seems like Will and Katie were trying to figure out their defense there a little bit more.
Yeah, they had a quick chat,
They had a
quick chat
chat.
between points.
Be interesting to see their strategy going forward.
Yeah, they've played the whole day together, but likely haven't had to face the likes of Hui and Gross,
Yeah,
one of the top teams in the field.
good serve.
And similarly, Hui hasn't had to deal with those serves from Picone. That's yet another really strong ace for him. He's got quite a few already, and we're only halfway through game one of this match.
Do you know how old Will is?
Will Picone, I believe, is about 5 years old, Ruth. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
young team.
I believe his parents are actually on site today. They had to sign a waiver to allow him to play, and also for him to be on the broadcast stream. Yeah, no, it's yeah. He's some people wonder if he has a baby face. It's not that he has a baby face. He's actually just a baby.
Yep, I believe it.
Yeah.
They made me and Skylar feel old. So like Katie's 17, 18.
Katie's 17. That one I know for
imagine
sure.
is young.
Yeah,
I felt old.
yeah. It's definitely not every day you see Katie play with someone who is 1/3 her age, but here we are.
Couldn't quite get that body block up. That's the thing, though. Katie went for the body block there, but Will had already gone for the long, so I feel like they need to talk about that a bit.
Yeah.
It's hard at the moment.
Yeah,
but
there's so many, and we see it on the replay, and it makes perfect sense when you're drawing it on the chalkboard. But
Yep.
in the moment when the set's coming in with that split-second decision, you have to choose somewhere to go.
yeah.
It's always hard to let the ball go through to your teammate, hoping that they
Very
maybe
hard.
rotate to it.
Yeah.
You always feel bad if you let the ball go through if you're trying to funnel to them, and they actually didn't cover that ground. It's such a split-second decision, and that's why team chemistry can be so invaluable for playing with the same partner and learning their tendencies, knowing where they're going to be.
Yeah. I don't know how it is in the US, but in Europe, people pretty much mix up co-ed partners each time. So that's an interesting one about team chemistry. Co-ed, you kind of rock up and you play. You might not have a strategy. I don't know. How is it here? Do people tend to team up for a season for co-ed as well?
Yeah, this is the first time for the Spikeball Tour Series having a co-ed pro championship. There's been various iterations of some kind of co-ed or mixed division, mixed gender national championships before, but having an actual points series or race towards a championship event for a mixed division specifically is a really exciting prospect. So that's going to force
Wow.
players, as we see Pierson trying to get a recovery set, but it's too far from Picone. But on co-ed pro specifically, being a really good incentive for players to run it back and again with the same teammate. So
Yeah,
I know we talked about Hui and Gross playing last week together, and this one too. A couple of other teams have re-upped in just the first two mixed division tournaments alone. So
I think it'll legitimize co-ed a little bit more, having teams, rivalries. I don't know. How do you qualify for co-ed pro?
Yeah, I know similar to the Spikeball Tour Series Championship, there are different points awarded to the top teams finishing, and there's a points race to make it in. And to my understanding, there are predominantly, I believe, about 14 Spikeball Tour Series Challenge events this year that will have a co-ed division, and 2 those are North American, and then 2 that are in Europe. And so 2 of the top the top teams from the 2 European mixed division tournaments will qualify for 1 spot in the co-ed pro at the Spikeball Tour Series Championship, and then the other 3 teams will be from the U.S. or really North America, as there are a couple events in Canada. So for Gross and Hui, having a win last week and at least a top 4 this week bodes really well for them early season if they can rack them up. But I believe you are limited to only a top maybe 3 or 4 tournament finishes. If you're curious for more of those details, and you're not like Ruth wanting to grill me live, you can read up on tournaments.spikeball.com.
Sorry, Ben.
And you can fact check me in the chat. But yeah,
I
I did not realize I was coming here for a pop quiz on a Sunday,
Back to
Ruth,
the
and
game.
I appreciate it.
Hey, just giving the viewers what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Katie.
Oh, come on.
That's a good run.
She just runs off frame, unable to get around it. And that's even those kinds of touches now that you can get that extended contact and curl it off roll it off your hand.
Yeah.
The ball doesn't need to be as clean of a touch, so a couple more balls might be coming back to net. So not even just on the serve receive you were talking about if the ball gets stuck in your hand.
Okay, they're calling rim on this.
Yeah, looking like a rim versus near net call on Hui's serve.
Clean.
We've got clean signaled from the observers, so that'll be another break. And Hui and Gross looking to get a score precise for y'all, but relatively speaking, looks to be out of reach. Now up 6 in game 1. A great backhand push. Can you talk about the decision-making Will's making as he dives over net to go for that flick?
I mean, Ryan's there for the big backhand pull, so I think he's just making the decision based on that. But Karah was there for the push, so I don't know. It's a difficult shot to make.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have an easy put away to open space.
No.
But in the moment, he's making sure to keep the ball pretty low as he dives across, so it's at least a harder play for Hui to make instead of trying to hit it high and far because Gross is already running that down.
Yeah.
Pierson trying to apply a little bit of pressure. And Picone gives chase. He goes for the kick. Oh, he knows he's so far off net that a kick could get the ball further back to net. It's a high variance play, but as someone who likes to kick spike balls for fun, a really entertaining one.
You get it. Yeah, I feel like he could have made that with the hand, but like you said, he was a long way off the net. So.
Yeah, to get the ball high enough and far enough to give Pierson a chance to then make the set for 3 on the hit is you maybe just have to take the chance on the first touch instead of on the second or third.
Yep.
Gross for the game here. Gets a crazy touch. Oh my goodness.
Great recovery. Wow.
The defensive scheme that Gross and Hui have set up, and we saw it last week in Orlando a little bit. We've seen it this week in the past rounds. Just the ability to get their first touches up into each other, and those sets look like they're just easy.
That's the difference, I think,
so ridiculous.
Like,
so we get another look back. The ball goes off Gross's hand and just goes right to Hui. It's almost unfair how easy they make this play look.
They do make it look easy. Yeah, I think that's maybe what's distinguishing the teams, because these guys, they're getting defensive ups and converting. Where Katie got Pierson got a few defensive ups, but they weren't converting them as they were slightly out of position. Maybe it is that team chemistry thing. Maybe they'll fix it in game 2.
Yeah, that defensive scheme definitely a bit of chemistry benefiting Gross and Hui, and as you said, just the offensive cleanliness, getting those sets in a good spot. It's so gusty right now. The wind has been up and down into the low to mid-teens, miles per hour, that is. I know.
Hey,
what is that about? Like 20 for other European friends that might be watching, maybe like 20 to 30 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
But it's loud. The wind is strong enough you can hear it. I guess that's probably a universal. That's a universal gauge of how windy it is.